Hello guys, my name is the Gamer and this is the next episode of What Remains of Edith
I
Finch.
can't describe it, but I felt like some part of Molly was still here.
Maybe she's under debate, eh? Okay, shift and control and alt. Almost every button I press is a zoom in.
This will be obvious later, but my mom never told me any of these stories. Edie would have, but Mom didn't like bringing up the past.
I understand why
When we adopted a
she
stray
didn't
kitten,
tell you anything.
she was the one who named it Molly. I spent a lot of time in Great-Grandma Edie's room. We got along, and it was a good place to hide from my mom. When Edie told people Sven was killed by a dragon, she could also have said he was building a dragon-shaped slide that collapsed. She could have, but she didn't.
Built 1937. Sven Finch. Okay, so that's actually very old house that was
One
rebuilt.
summer, they evacuated the island, but Edie refused to go. For a few weeks, she was a celebrity.
70-year-old woman refuses to evacuate because of a little forest fire.
I hadn't thought of myself as Edith Jr. for a long, long time. Edie gave a big interview about a mole man living under the Finch house. My mom was furious.
Okay, so now we are gonna look at the story
Edie
of
knit me a
Chris's
new pair of
grandmother.
gloves every year, just in time to replace the old ones. Louis died a week before we left, but Edie had already started to memorialize him.
Okay.
Her room was like a museum.
Oh, that's her diary. Okay.
For 500 years, the Finches have been famous throughout Norway for their fortune and misfortune. Odin Finch buries the latest victims of the family curse, his wife Ingeborg and their newborn son, Johan. On January 7th, 1937, he set sail with his family and his house, hoping to leave the curse behind. But 40-foot waves off the coast of Washington send the house and Odin to the bottom of the sea. Odin's daughter Edie, with husband Sven and baby Molly, step ashore on their new home, Orcas Island. Odin Finch is the first to be buried in the new family cemetery. His daughter Edie is already dreaming of a new Finch house.
Oh, it's Odin, not the...
Whatever's
Not the
wrong with this
grandma.
family, it goes back a long ways.
That story was so much shorter than her
Even in her
sisters.
90s. Sometimes Edie seemed a lot younger than my mother.
That bathroom. Looks so awful, actually. There's a secret in this bathroom.
There's a secret in this bathroom. It's in the last place you would look. It isn't in the cupboard. It's hidden in this book.
The secrets are great. Wow. Hidden passage through a book.
Sven gave Sam an old camera he'd refurbished. He never put it down.
So Sven, it's her next brother, I suppose. that is his room. There's not even an inch of dust here. Like someone was coming back here and
I
prepared
knew
the
Grandpa
house for
Sam
her.
had a twin. And that he never talked about him. I guess my grandpa didn't like history any more than my mom did.
And that's his history.
How I Want to Remember My Brother by Sam Finch. The thing I remember is that when he made up his mind, that was it.
That's what I do. I cannot look around.
My brother said he'd die before he ate another mushroom,
Okay.
and he did. At Barbara's funeral, we swore we'd never be afraid again, and he wasn't. I think Calvin always wanted to fly.
It's so great.
Calvin, dinner's ready. Coming.
Okay.
But that day, he finally made up his mind to do it.
Your
I
mom
told him
wants
going
you
around was impossible.
to go home. Hey,
Maybe
there's
if I
a fucking
hadn't said that.
cliff. There is a
I'm not gonna take you
fucking
away.
cliff. What?
Maybe if the wind
You're
hadn't
going to
picked
kill
up.
yourself.
Then maybe he'd still be here. But I doubt it. I think he'd already made up his mind. That's what I want to remember about my brother.
What the fuck? What the fuck?
The day he made up his mind to fly. And he did.
Calvin's story felt strangely familiar. When I was younger, I remember trying to do the exact same thing.
I hope you didn't fly.
After the funeral, Edie roped off Calvin's half of the room.
Or some. But I like how every story is
Mom
so
said Grandpa
unique.
Sam enlisted at 18 and never set foot in the room again.
like all the stories aren't the same.
The passages were a pretty tight fit. They'd obviously been built for smaller hands and bellies.
Let's see what's there.
Growing up, I always thought of Barbara as a child star.
Hmm. Barbara. So her sister? I suppose it's her sister.
I never thought about how hard it must have been for her afterwards.
So from what I have seen and played through, it feels for me like it's a story for family members, how they look at the death of the brother. Okay, maybe not the
Of
story
all the
about.
stories people wrote about Barbara's death, I'm surprised Edie saved this one.
Maybe not the story from the first Finch, but it also somehow connects to the story about the curse and whatever.
Old Jack here with another ghastly tale inspired by America's most unfortunate family. I'm calling it The Surprise Ending of Barbara Finch. As a
Okay.
child star, Barbara was famous for her scream. Now at 16, she was all washed up. A has-been. But in a lucky break, she'd been asked to perform her signature scream at a local convention for monster movie fans. It was just the boost her career needed. Unfortunately, her scream hadn't aged well.
Getting better. I think you just need the right motivation.
Her biggest fan and current boyfriend, Rick, was about to demonstrate when...
Oh,
Now that was a great scream.
it
It was
was.
Barbara's father, Sven. He'd slipped into a table saw and had to be rushed to the emergency room.
That's why the scream was so
Barbara
great.
got stuck babysitting her youngest brother, Walter. Her convention comeback was cancelled.
Okay, I'm hearing frustration, but I'm not hearing terror. What if I tried...
A gang of hoodlums in Halloween masks have been terrorizing Orcas Island tonight. Police are urging residents to...
That came from the basement.
You're right! Also, I loved your delivery on that. Why is your basement door locked?
Because my dad likes making puzzles and secret passages. There's a key hidden in the music box. The
Oh,
secret is to keep winding
the music box is
and
like
winding
used.
until finally the key pops out.
Thanks, babe. I'll be back in a sec.
Okay.
20 minutes later, Rick hadn't returned. So Barbara went to look for him, right on cue. She reached for the music box.
Oh, so now I'm playing. I just want to say how awesome is that. In previous story, we played as a boy who...
And as she wound the key, she listened for Rick, but the house was silent.
There was just... what?
She found Rick's crutch and imagined the worst.
We are playing as a character.
The gang's leader is the infamous Hookman killer, Dr. Carl Hamill, who impaled and then ate his family 10 years ago tonight.
The old fridge rattled and grew still.
Seriously? I must go there. I cannot look around. Fuck.
Oh dear!
Oh!
Rick?
Barb, relax. I was just trying to scare you to help you find your scream.
Well, I'm not
What a
scared,
stupid
Rick.
idiot.
I'm furious.
Then act furious. All I'm getting from you now is that you're hurt and confused and you're...
She threw him out, but she kept a little
That's
something
the right
to
thing.
remember him by.
What she did?
Barb, have you seen my other crutch?
And she was still holding it when she fell asleep watching the late picture show. Hours later...
Barbara! Walter, what's going on up there? Ah! Okay, I'm coming up, but if this is a trick, you're dead, Walter.
Her boyfriend again? And what's up with that music? What the heck? Jesus. It was so simple but so scary.
Walter, are you there? Walter had vanished, but his
Ooh.
bedside radio was still on.
Orcas Island police describe the man as 6 feet tall, with a steel hook for a hand. Residents are urged to lock all doors and windows and notify the police of any suspicious activity.
Barbara turned, saw the hook man, and was speechless. He was quite smashing.
It's the boyfriend, right?
And he was. He couldn't get enough of Barbara.
Okay,
Ah.
Barbara, there's gotta be another way out of here.
Okay, there's the passage. I remember that from the room.
She played her part beautifully.
Yeah, Molly's room or whatever her name is.
The door hadn't been opened in years. The hinges grow. He wasn't moving, but she sensed the storm
Jump on him.
over yet.
Jump on him. He's gonna be gone, right? He's going to be gone. To disappear, I mean. And all the photos are just blurred. No. At least he's not here. Good job, Barbara. Good fucking job.
Listened for his breathing, but all she heard was. At the door, she heard whispers.
The family? Her family is back?
Was coming from inside the house.
Oh dear.
Wow. What? But
The monsters
so,
had come
so
to
many
surprise
people
her.
at the house at the same
It
time?
was a dream come true. Then she saw what kind of monsters they were, and she realized what was about to happen. She was going to be famous. And with her final breath, Barbara Finch gave the performance of her life.
She seriously
I was
looks
there
happy
myself,
in this in that picture.
Here, Barbara was magnificent. Poor girl. She had a taste for stardom. But unfortunately, so did her fans. Of course, the police blamed it all on poor Rick, who disappeared the same night. And
Ooh.
little Walter, hiding under his bed the whole time. It
You
was
little
all
shit.
pretty hard,
You-
But that's another story. As for Barbara,
That little piece of shit
inside the
actually
music
killed
box
me.
is all they ever found of her.
That little boy killed me.
Her ear. Now that's what I call a real eerie tale.
Haha. Not so nice joke as the prank that they made of on her. Oh. The best prank
Edie told me all Barbara wanted was to be remembered.
of
As absurd as that comic was.
2018.
Maybe what Edie saw was a happy ending.
Maybe. Saving the game. Okay. the game saved. Yeah, we went through 3 stories actually right now. Yep, those 3. I like how that story was like so long that those 3 was in one episode, and Molly's Molly's story was one whole episode. Well, it was also the first episode, so never mind. Yeah, I really like the secrets and what the other person has to say, and the gameplay. We played right now as a character in a comic book. Calvin playing astronauts. Molly, okay, Molly was creepy bitch, to be honest. Like eating birds and then changing into shark in the middle of the forest, and then being a monster who hides under her bed like hello. But let's see what others has to say. Well, I think that other stories are also as awesome as all those, or us all those 4 who I played right now. The most boring was So Long Odin's, but yeah, those 3 was I really loved them. But yeah, that in the next episode. Right now, guys, thank you for watching. Leave a subscribe and a comment, and see you in the next episode of What Remains of Edith Finch. Thank you and bye.